Okay, here at Ottervale Motor Services, we have the brand new Isuzu D-Max V-Cross EV model. Yes, this is fully electric, and in this video, we're going to show you all of the subtle new differences about this version. Okay, so what we're going to do is go around all of the cosmetic differences of the new D-Max V-Cross EV model. We will do an in-depth video comparing it against the current diesel model, which is a 1.9. However, at the moment, we're just going to go through all of the cosmetic differences. So if you have any questions, put them in the details down below, and we will then also cover this in the next video as well. So starting at the front, the first couple of, everything you've got to realise on this is very subtle compared to the normal V-Cross. So at the front, at the top of the grille here, we have these subtle detailed, well, they are just plastic vents. There's no actual ventilation going in. We have just power washed this as it's come off the trailer as well, hence it's got a little bit of water on it as well. So other things you're going to notice then moving further down the grille is underneath here, this has got a slight detailed change, and on this model it's currently like a satin bronzy silver. So obviously the model we have is mercury silver, and hopefully it's coming across on camera correctly, but you kind of have more of a bronzy type of look here. This is obviously dark, like a dark grey, and then obviously go back to the silver. So it's somewhere in the middle, but it has a warmer tone to it. I'm presuming this is going to be the same on whichever EV colour you have. And again, coming down to the bottom, you've got another detailed line all the way across here and here going along. In the headlights, they've done, again, subtle changes. So obviously on the new models, you have a lovely LED design here with the daytime running lights, and your indicators go all the way through. But you do also have this nice blue line going through. I'm presuming it's exactly the same headlight unit underneath, apart from literally the blue line just in there with the other V-Cross models at the moment. Down here, obviously you've got a very subtle camera just hidden there, and you've got obviously your other parking sensors tucked in the end of the corner of the grille here and over the other side. And on the side, it's easier to see here, but you have a honeycomb design, but it is blanked off as well. So then obviously normal, all underneath, and looking through into the radiator if the camera adjusts. And there we go. And we'll pop the bonnet in a moment and have a closer look. Again, subtle changes, well, not major changes, but you do have this profile straight through here, and you get this on the normal V-Cross anyways, just to allow the wind to go through and down the side. And again, you've got some very subtle blades just here. And as you can see, straight through to the side of the truck. So on the outside, that's the main major differences, but we also have a different wheel design as well. I personally prefer this design, but I guess all the wheels are going to be interchangeable between the electric and the diesel versions. No changes underneath here in the suspension or geometry, just here. Just looking very clean and brand new. So the main differences you're all going to notice if I get underneath is, I'm hoping the camera picks this up well, but you'll see the battery sticking out underneath. And there have been a few comments being made about the ground clearance. It is a little bit lower. However, you do have very thick plating underneath to protect that battery all the way from the front down to the rear. I'll show you underneath the rear when I get there as well. But you have solid plating all the way underneath, and if it does get damaged, it looks like it is interchangeable as well. A couple of bolts and it will come off, and you'll be able to put new plating on there. So depending on how strong it is, you might be able to change it out for something even stronger when aftermarket companies come back in with skid plates and some modified and tweaked designs as well. A lot of the accessories that are available on or the entire D-Max range, well, I'm presuming there's going to be a straight fit straight onto here, because as the overall shape of it, you're not going to see any differences at all. It's that they've kind of fitted all of the EV elements within the original platform, so they haven't modified anything too drastically. So even, hang on, if I open the fuel filler cap for you, you'll notice they've even managed to fit the charging port in with the original design as well. Use the key to unlock it, that'll be helpful. So underneath here, as you can see, it's still the normal fuel cap. It actually hasn't been changed, the symbol. And while we're opening that, we might as well open the bonnet. And we will show you under the bonnet as well. So around the rear of the vehicle, and here is your charging port. So it literally looks like the normal filler cap as it opens. Then you've got your charger at the top, and need to unplug it. Is it going to open this time for me? No, did on the other one. Obviously, you do have another charger just here. There we go. And there we go. There's your charger. And on here, it looks like you've got two LEDs. You've got a cancel button at the top, a green LED and a red one. So that says cancel there. It says charging, so I presume it's going to be green when it's charging or flashing or something like that. And it says error just here. Again, it's a little bit wet because we have, as I say, just power washed it before recording this video. So I'll put those back in. And again, exactly like the diesel model on that regard. You do get an EV badge just under the wing mirror as well. Nothing too different there. But this under here, if I just place the camera down while I open the bonnet, is where the changes are going to be the most noticeable. So you've got a normal battery on the side here, and then obviously all of the electronics and all of the differences for when you well, have a full EV instead of an engine. They have still got quite a lot of space left in the engine bay, but I guess they're making this fit inside of the original platform. And as normal, you close the bonnet, just like a normal vehicle. There we go, easy. Okay, so on the outside, I'll just show you the rear, but nothing's really changed. We don't have any accessories on this at the moment, so it's just a complete empty bed. And as I said earlier, it's exactly the same dimensions as the normal Isuzu D-Max V-Cross. So you'll be able to change all of this to whatever you would like by put a canopy on, put a roll bar, roller shutter. All of the accessories are going to be available to go on here as well. Hydraulic assisted tailgate, which is obviously a very nice feature to have. And you have an EV badge on the back with the normal V-Cross logo. Hard to see on the camera with the sun. And then if I put the camera under the back here, you can see the differences. So you do have a full spare wheel. You can actually see the motors under the back. And this is how the rear geometry is. So looking at the interior, not much has changed. The normal V-Cross interior. So if you have a V-Cross already, you're going to be very used to it. I'm going to just take the ND filter off the lens just to make it a bit easier for you to see on the interior. If I spin it back around. And I should have got it out the other side, but your charging cable, bit of a last minute thought, I think, on this one. Just in a carrier bag, as usual. Nothing too fancy on that. So the interior, this is what we have. So effectively, as I said, normal V-Cross interior on the side here, it's all fine. Ignore the muddy floor mat. But again, if you've had a V-Cross, you're going to be very familiar with everything that you're seeing here. So if I get into the vehicle, and I'll close the door, just if we're pretending as if we're normal, getting in and driving. So obviously on the steering wheel, there's a new subtle difference. You have paddles at the back. So one here to go up, one here to go down. I haven't driven this on the road just yet, but I'm presuming that's going to be changing how strong you want the regen braking, because that's normally the trend of what you have in all the different vehicles from different manufacturers. So normal startup procedure, foot on the brake, start button under here, and then the screen will boot up. The normal, all of the lights will come on like a Christmas tree, then they'll start going off once they do the system checks. So the dash is going to be completely different to what you may have seen on the normal version. So on the left here, you have a little gauge. Obviously, it will go down when it's charging, and it will move up depending on how much power you're putting in or how hard you're pressing the accelerator or throttle, depending on which part of the world you're in. Then up here, like the automatic, you would have your gear selector, so it will go up and down. So obviously we're currently in park. Normal speedometer all the way around the outside. And at the bottom here, you do have, so it tells you if you're charging while you're driving. So if you're going downhill and you're just coasting, it will effectively use the motors in reverse to help charge the battery, or it will show you how hard you're pressing the throttle of how much power you're using. On this side, it looks to me a battery temperature gauge. So if you're towing, obviously you don't want the battery to get too hot or cold, or yeah. So you've got a battery temperature gauge, which admittedly I've not seen before, but because this is going to be used to carrying heavy payloads, towing, so on, then I'm expecting the batteries and motors to get a little bit hotter than they would in normal cars. And in the lower right here, you then have, well, effectively it looks like a fuel gauge, but just for battery charge. So it's quite nice to have an analog version of that for once, whereas on most other electric vehicles, it's always going to be just a little battery symbol, and it's hard to gauge with that. And I feel this is going to help a lot of people cross over into electric vehicles, I guess, just make it a lot easier to drive, so to speak. So on the rest of the interior, if you've had a V-Cross, again, everything's normal, where you can put your sunglasses, sun visors, the normal pockets. And then on the screen, we have still got the original plastic on it at the moment, but again, it all looks exactly the same. Nothing's too different there. Air conditioning controls in the center here, exactly the same. Heated seats, an eco mode, obviously how you change the drive, exactly the same as the automatic. Nothing is different there. The only interior difference, as I say, is you have a paddle here, which has got quite a decent size on it, and there. So if I put it into drive, the other thing you will see, so it's now in drive. So as I go up and down the paddles, you'll see the arrows next to the D move. So I'm going up. So by going up, it then takes the arrows off. And if I go down, and there we go. And that's the differences on the dash. And then put it back into park. And the other thing I have noticed actually is when I put it into reverse, the reversing camera is significantly better, and it's got different modes. So it has a 3D mode. I'm trying to keep the angle position so you can see it through the plastic, but I can see all the way around the vehicle in 2 different views. The normal reverse towing, so you've got some guides, and if I move the steering wheel left and right, it changes the direction of that as well. Again, apologies, we've still got the plastic on. That then makes it full screen. Then you have one for your blind spots. And then this is a higher up one, so effectively it looks as if you can see what's in the bed, or it's kind of like a ghosted image. But yeah, it's got loads of different angles for your cameras, which is great. So that's definitely a bit of an upgrade. Actually, I can't, sorry, I'm in reverse, so hence why it's not going to the home position. And there we go. And that's it. So that's just a very quick cosmetic view of the brand new Isuzu D-Max V-Cross EV. Bit of a long title, but if you have any particular questions about it, please put it in the comments down below. We will be doing a road test of this as well. And if they, well, I'm presuming we're going to be putting some accessories on this one as well, because this is our demo model. So very soon you'll be able to come and test drive it and to check it out for yourself. But again, all the details for this will be in the description of this video down below. And if you have any particular questions, anything else you want to know, then again, put it in below and we will answer it in some more videos for you guys. So yeah, if you're wanting to see more content like this, please subscribe to the Ottervale Motors YouTube channel and follow our other social media on Instagram and Facebook for everything Isuzu, pickup trucks and used vehicles. So we will see you guys in the next video and we'll answer your questions once you put them down below.